Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world, and welcome back, Sparks fan. This is day 29, and I'm going to be talking about the album covers, either the look of them or the packaging, and just talk about Sparks in general. I'm not sure how long this episode is going to be. This is not going to be a shorter one because I have a little bit to talk about in some ways. But where can I start? Okay, when it comes to images and packaging, the best place to start would be, I say, with past tense. Past tense. I love the look of that. Everything is clear and and concise, and is a really decent packaging. Okay, you know, I'm still not crazy about the inner sleeve ideas like this, but this one's fine. It still works a little again. And I've talked about this a few times, a little better than this one did, as you can see, taking it out that first time, that first time here, kind of, yeah, kind of ruined it a little bit. It kind of did a tearing right here, right there. So, yeah, I wasn't really happy about that. It just kind of, yeah, it kind of upset me a little bit. I thought that's kind of bad packaging. And when I saw this packaging, I I got a little worried because it's very similar, very similar packaging. I got a little worried, but so far I've not damaged that one. I do wish they would make a little bit of just a little bit more of a stronger spine on it so that it doesn't kind of buckle like that a little bit. As you can see, that one really buckled a lot too, it's just kind of a weak cardboard, just a little bit more material to prevent it from bending like it did. Yeah, it completely bent it, and it's all like a crease in the middle. I can't get rid of that, but it doesn't matter. It's all about the music. I love the music, so let's talk about some of the cool artwork on some of these covers. Let's start with this one. Um, about 40% is the brick wall, which is a little sparks in the corner. And Russell's wearing kind of a sailor. It looks like a sailor's outfit. And is he carrying a hat? Is that a hat under his arm? Because I think that is a hat under his arm right there. And then, of course, the bandmates are just a little slightly behind everybody. Of course, the most prominent one has to be Russell. He is the front man, but it is a good cover. I have made a video where I've done a tier list of my favorite covers from Sparks, and I will be talking about Mad in a moment. But I'll put that right up here in the corner. You can go and check that out. It'll probably be down there in the description somewhere. And and I might leave that video at the end. Oh no, this side. It'll be right over here in this side. So you go check that out. At the end of the video. You can go check that out. So let's continue. I'm gonna just kind of slowly put these back in here as I go through them. So let's go with the next one. Kimono My House, which I do love. I remember the first time seeing that, and it was like wondering what the. This was the first album of Sparks I bought. Okay, this one here in particular too. It's my first Sparks album. Got home, I played it. I loved it. I did. It wasn't as great at first as I was, but I did like it. I did appreciate what it was trying to, what it was doing and how it sounded. And I was already hooked on them. Okay, right from that, just from that 2.5 minute trailer I saw at the theater when I was working at the movie theater. Just that the Sparks Brothers trailer. That got me interested. Not thinking that they were a real band. I honestly thought it was a parody movie, like a Spinal Tap type of thing, It did seem a little outrageous and ridiculous, and it's like, how can something so and the way And the way the trailer made them sound, it's like they sounded bigger than life a little bit, and like, how could I have missed that? All that spectacle, with the mustache and the cool places and all that stuff. How can I have missed any of that and not have picked up on my radar? But there are quite a few songs actually. Now that I've been all through the songs, there's at least 10 songs that I remember hearing and liking of Sparks way back when, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. Every now and then, a Sparks song will spark that recognition, that memory of hearing, like Upstairs, for example, or the Dolce Vita, for as another example. I remember those. I remember looks somehow. And I also remember, there's a few of them I do remember hearing way back when and thinking I enjoyed it. I know I liked it, but why didn't I check them out more? Why didn't they really get on my radar? It's so hard to say. But this is a great cover. Like I said, it's just a general discussion on Sparks as I go through each cover and each one. Now, I would have to say this is my guarantee. This is my favorite cover of Sparks. Again, I'm not going to do another tier list for that. Like I said, I will be leaving it that I left it over there. You can check it down below. I know it should be there somewhere. But I did a tier list already for the Sparks albums, and I'm pretty sure that one was number one. I'm not changing anything. I'll let you know. I'll let you know where Mad places in there in the scheme of things. I will let you know about that, how that places in and all that. But yeah, because actually, what am I saying? We can actually check it out right here. Where did I put that? I know I have it here somewhere. Just gotta find it because I wrote it all down. Yeah, right there. All right. See, propaganda number one. That is, yeah, the album covers. Yeah, I should have showed that from the beginning. As you can see, those are where everything stands. I'm pretty confident on that. So once I get to Mad, yeah, I'll let you know where that lands on that list. I pretty much have a good idea of where I like it. Is it towards the top? Is it in the top 10? Is it in the top 5? Top 3? Well, let's talk about this for a second. Awesome cover. I love the scenario. I love what the story tells. I love that they don't have their title on that cover at all. No, like they're not saying who they are. Just like, you see this cover? Are you intrigued? Does that get you interested in what's inside? Do you want to know the secrets of this cover? And then you turn it around and you see that, and you're like, what the I don't know what's going on here. And then you open it up and everything, and then you get that, and it tells a story. It tells a story, and it doesn't really tell you which order those pictures are in. You can take a guess of what the order of those pictures, like, of that story, like what picture would happen first in the scenario or not. Is that the first picture? Is that and them in the is that the second picture and that's the third picture? Is that the timeline? It just raises the questions. Yeah, this is my favorite cover, and I like how, because if only they knew what they were going to do with that band very soon, that they were just a temporary band and they're all outside, because they're saying, this is what I got from it, from this, especially this back cover. They're saying that Ron and Russell got kidnapped by the band, went to England to make these albums, and they're being forced by, against their will. Yeah, they're being forced against their will to do these pop songs that they rather be doing something else. They know they're really good at it. They enjoy doing it. They do, but they want to be, really doing creative. They start. They don't want to. Yeah, that's them being kidnapped by the band. This is totally a telltale sign that they were not really in control. Yeah. It's basically saying, hey, we're not in control here. That's the impression I got from it immediately. All right, let's go into another great album cover that really does emph- you know show you what's inside. Like that cover, I got that one first, and then I had to get the 45th, uh, yeah, 45th anniversary edition. It has an extra disc of wonderful stuff. It's nice to have. Yeah, I still have both because they are slightly different, and I like the packaging on both, so it's good to keep. But yeah, beautiful woman. There's a little tiny bit of nudity inside. You do see one of the breasts, so it's a little titillating, you know. But let's move on. Now, this one here makes me, especially with the series of photos that come with it, like uh, like all the stuff on there, like yeah, exactly. Terminal Jive, and they're where are they? They're at a terminal. It's like at first I was wondering where are they exactly. It's kind of hard to say where they are. I thought they were maybe at like some sort of carnival. Like is that like the first time I seen it? If you don't really pay attention to what you're looking at, you might think you're at a carnival and that's like a merry-go-round behind them or something like that. Or at least that's the impression I get the first time. I don't know where they are exactly. Is it like a train station? It seems to be. You got the staircase here, and there's more pictures inside. Yeah, you take that. There's these pictures here, which shows them getting off and on but they're in different places. They're like storefronts. Yeah, that's like a shopping cart on the CD here, right? What's underneath there? Oh, it just says Sparks. But yeah, again, it's an interesting cover. And what did it get on my? Yeah, it didn't get a very high score because I didn't get it last time. Like, who knows? Maybe eventually I might reconsider doing another tier list of it. They might have changed. I mean, I kind of do. I like Terminal Drive's cover now better than interior design because I had interior designs cover just slightly better, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to change. So okay, let's continue. Yeah, this is kind of fun. Now I do actually really enjoy this next one, which it got in the top. It got in the top five for sure, and that would be Want That Sucker. The whole idea with the bout and the match and everything, and then that's their posters. The match of the century, you know, and I like that a bigger close up of the fight, and then in the book you got the when you open it up, the two different guys, the close up of their hands. It's the same close up as the as in the back. It's the same as the back cover, but just a little closer. And there's still the lyrics, which is awesome. There's not much more except for that. That's a pretty cool. I like that. It shows the aftermath. Now I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that was an actual fight that they did have between them, and whoever won the fight, but it was like a friendly fight, it wasn't like full on. But whoever won the fight would be, the winner for on the cover. I don't know. I think that's how it went. But why wouldn't Ron win? Ron's mighty. And no more pictures in there. But I do like that cover. All right. Like this one here got to my third top favorite, and that would be angst in my pants. Yeah, I think that's funny, and I pointed out the other time when I did the review for this, I pointed out how that mustache. I don't know. I'll take it out of the sleeve for that. Uh, Especially with that cover of that. I find that's so hilarious. I find some of these people kind of look like other people. Like the third guy behind Ron, that's Abed from that's from the TV show Community. The fourth guy back looks like Ren from from the Corridor Crew. They do special effects on YouTube and stuff. The fifth guy back there looks like Cypher from like the Matrix, and the last guy back there looks like just some random dude. But it's hilarious. But yeah, what I was gonna show you is how how that mustache just happens to be right on that golden mean line, the right on the golden ratio, and it cracks me up how like when I looked at it, I'm like, because I'm obsessed with my little golden ratio gauge here, but I couldn't believe. Oh, let's try this, straighten that out properly. I want to make sure that's on there right, no cheating. You know, there you go. See, you gotta make sure the two sides are touching the sides, and that middle one points directly at that mustache. Like I couldn't believe that. Like, is that intentional or is that just a happy accident? I'm thinking it's intentional. I think these guys are geniuses and they know about that. They know about that, and it's like, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we do that? You know, because they're just enough genius to do it. I even really kind of like this one here, pulling rabbits out of the out of a hat. That got to number seven. I got to number seven, and so I mean the artwork is pretty amazing on it. It's fantastic, and that is a painting. That has to be a painting somebody did. That was before yeah, that could have been done up in Photoshop, but I don't think so. That really does look like a painted background. Like, well, the whole thing. That's a pretty cool picture, and everything. And it's the same thing inside that. That's where I put the hype stick are. And quickly look at the booklet. Another nice picture of him. I like it. Easy to draw. That would be easy to draw for me, for sure. But then, yeah, that's inside. There's no lyrics, unfortunately. Talk a little bit about the previous albums, a little bit about the history in there, and that's an interesting picture of them. And it's like I wonder who's the two people behind them, kind of glancing at each other weirdly. You know, it's like she's glancing at this guy back here, and this guy is like he's looking at her. They're glancing at each other. Look at their eyes. It's a weird picture, and Ron, that serious look on his face is like, "Are you taking my picture?" Looks like he's gonna hit the photographer. It's like, "You don't take my picture. Why? Did I give you permission to take my picture?" Yeah, like he always has that look on his face in the old days. Is like, "I am not amused. I'm the straight man. I'm the puppeteer." And now it's an interesting concept for an album, and because the gift I got from Larry had been water damaged, and he didn't need, he knew I was going to appreciate it, and my artistic skills. I had to make my own. I'm not putting any lettering on the front of that. I just like it, just the blue with the yellow. It's much better contrast. I actually ripped up and threw away the old one because I'm not happy with it. I still have the back to finish. There's going to be wording and writing in there in that circle. And it's going to be all like really well done and creative. I have a special plan for that. It's going to be really cool. Okay, so I'll keep you updated when I finish that. But that's not right now because I have other things I'm working on that's a little bit more important. That's like a fourth right now. That's like a fourth level project that can wait. That can wait. One of my least favorites. I got to the bottom. I got to 26 there, right? So, yeah, because there's really not much to it. What do I say? Oh, I like the font. Okay, yeah, it's nice looking fonts, whatever. And crude. It's a crude little drawing, but it doesn't really capture anything. So it's like, okay, okay. Um, this is a little bit more interesting, but hello, young lovers. Yeah, I got to the third of the bottom. You know, like it's just rabbits, just rabbits. And again, I don't even think that was an actual photo. I think that's photoshopped. That is 100% photoshopped. That is not, an actual. No, you can ask AI to do that easy, easy, and it would look probably exactly like that. You know, and just how white that area is where the Sparks logo and title is. It's done. Yeah, it's done on Photoshop, guaranteed. But it's still an okay cover, right? But yeah, it's down in the depth. Oh, this one here is Exotic Creatures of the Night. It did get to top 10. It got to number 9. So, and of course, there's certain ones I don't own. I don't own I don't own where well I don't own. Introducing Sparks at number 10. I have everything else above it, right? But I don't have Introducing Sparks. I don't have Big Beat yet. I don't have Plagiarism yet. I don't have a Wolfer and Tweeter's Clothing yet. I don't have interior design yet. I don't have music that you can dance to, and I don't have the seduction of Igmar Bergman. Those are the ones I don't have, but those you saw, that's where they're ranked. All right, but this one here, yeah, isn't at number 9. I liked it. The chimp is cute. I love the concept. I love you know, even the inside packaging, which is not too much to it, but it is cool. You know, and I like that you could see the alternative cover. I think with the let's see inside. So you got that inside, but I know there's an alternative cover that has that has the monkey on the keyboards and Russell with the microphone, but it's not quite on here. This is what you get on here, which is which is that. Okay, moving on. Yeah, see, I'm not making this a short one at all. I managed to keep, everything else relatively short, but we're talking about album covers, and I'm here to, as a Sparks fan, kind of to hang. I'm just hanging out and talking about Sparks. That's what I wanted to do, and that's what I'm doing. Now I still got to sum everything up, okay? And depending on how things go tomorrow, I might I might have to postpone my whole wrap up and all my graphs and charts and everything until maybe I'm a little better. Uh, there has kind of been some development with my little pain, and I might have to go back to the hospital tomorrow. I've been putting it off, but it's like I'm being stubborn. I'm being stubborn for my own, I know how long the wait's going to be. But I think it's getting to a point where they might look at it faster. So I'm still gonna wait until tomorrow. I was going to go today, but I ended up not going today because reasons. And I still wanted to do this for you guys for sure, and I wanted to rest. I took a nice long, a nice relaxing bath. I was playing the on the on my phone, yeah, because I was using my little speaker. It's plugged in right now, so I don't want to. get it for you. But I have a little blue, nice little blue speaker that's waterproof. I actually took it and tried it and submerged it underwater, and it was fully, fully waterproof. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I was playing some some live stuff from the Claypool Lennon Delirium. It's good stuff. I love the live stuff. I love the sound, and watching them playing that. It's cool. I was still taking a bath listening to that. All right, let's continue. What I only have like five more to show, or actually maybe six more. So there's this with the Franz Ferdinand Sparks again. I do actually love that. To I got to 19. It got to 19. There's other stuff. There's other stuff that's a little bit better. I mean, it's just an artistic rendition of their faces. It is actual from photos, but it'd be cooler seeing their full faces or having a different. But it works for that, but there's other better covers. Uh-huh. Like this one. This one you got to number five. You got to number five. Hippopotamus. I love that cover. I love the blue. I like the wood fence and then the green top and the white background. It looks like a posh, rich place, like some place I could see them actually living because now they're now they're successful and hopefully they're there. They're lounging around and great great album covers and especially this one here. So boom. So let's see. Is there any pictures inside? No, no, no. It's just lyrics. So that's in the back, and that's that. So mhm. Wait, I'm looking at this here, and I'm always like, why is Ron hiding behind that plant? And is there like a lower area? Because you see his torso's cut off by that lower area. So it makes you wonder. 'Cause that looks like the stairs does go down a little bit more. It's a great cover. It's a great cover. Where did I put that one? A steady drip, drip, drip. That got to number 12. That got to number 12. Now I'm pretty sure this list here and my tier list that I did a little while back, like I said, which I put up there somewhere, and you can check that out. But they might be different. I didn't really compare them to find out if they were the same or not. When I did my tier list for the Sparks albums, I just did that on a whim at the top of my, of how I was feeling as I was doing it. So, and I didn't watch that. Because I don't want to, I didn't want to influence my thoughts for this as I went through. But I'm pretty sure this is how it is. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about it. I just got a couple more left, like this one here. The girl was crying in her latte that was just under a steady drip, drip, drip at 13. But it's still a decent cover, but there's other covers that are just more whimsical, a little bit more them. I like that. Kate here is on the cover. Kate Blanchett, the actress. She's also the one dancing in the video for for the group for the title track. But it's a cool cover. I like I like the packaging. I like these packagings a little bit better. Well, actually, no. I like these packagings a little bit better. I do like that they have that the 'cause these are digipacks. These are but I kind of prefer these kind of covers. Yeah. All right, and now let's get before it gets too late. It's 30 minutes. Wow, I already been talking for 30 minutes. Let's talk about Mad and where I'm going to put that on the list here. Okay, if I have to squeeze that in somewhere, Mad, because I do love that cover. Okay, but is it better than Propaganda? No. Is it better than Kimono My House? No. Is it better than angst in my pants? I don't know. Is it better than womp that sucker? I don't know. Is it better than hippopotamus? No. Is it better than indiscreet? No. Indiscreet's yeah, indiscreet's at number six, you know? Is it better than pulling rabbits out of a hat? No. No. Is it better than in outer space? No. Is it better than exotic creatures of the deep? No. But is it better than introducing sparks? Yes, it is. Oh, so it's going to go right between exotic creatures of the deep and introducing sparks. That is where I am going to place mad. So it got to number 10. It's at number 10. Then introducing will be at number 11, and everything will be pushed down and so on, so that there will be 27. So I might write that out tomorrow at one point and show you. Like I said, if I don't do that whole wrap up tomorrow, I'll be doing it in the next couple of days, or once I'm feeling just a little bit more up to it. Like even now, like I'm being distracted by this, by my little injury. Completely on me, completely my fault, completely my responsibility. So I deserve whatever I get on that. So it's 100% on me. Just saying, I'm not even blaming the hospitals and that. It's not their fault. It's like that pinned comment there I gave from Robert. It's their fault. It's the government's. The government can spend money on that and help out. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to rant about that. Yeah. I just love these covers. I want to just to say that I want to talk more about Sparks. Like I want to give a nice big blowout and presentation to show you how much I love doing this, this year. And I'm going to do it again next year. I'll do it one more time next year, but then after that, I'm going to retire the Sparkstember. It's just going to be a 3-year thing, just to kind of catalog my love for Sparks and my goal by next Sparkstember is to own all the albums so that I can do a real proper, even a better Sparkstember where, and I keep planning on getting things set up better ahead of time. But like me, I'm so busy and I got so much going on that I love to and I want to and if I can I will. But I can't make any promises. But there will be another Sparkstember next year, but I am going to give you a whole other video coming up. Hopefully tomorrow. Yeah. But like I said, we'll see. I am not sure what's going on yet. Things are still kind of up in the air with me. But I love you guys. I thank everybody for your concern and for sticking around with me. And if you're watching this for the first time, go watch other videos of mine first, please. Just I want you to be happy here. I want you to like the content that you're watching, and I want you to be entertained. If you don't feel like you're being entertained enough by my channel, don't subscribe. But when you do, subscribe to me. Only then. And but hit a like. Leave me a like because I love seeing those. They're easy. They're free. No comment. I love hearing from you. I do my darndest to get to respond to all your comments. Because I do want to respond. I do love hearing from you. So, so it may not be right away, but I do try to get to everybody's comments. And all right, so I'm done. I'm definitely done for today. I'm going to be relaxing right after this. As soon as I'm done posting this, I'm just going to lay back, put some music on, and do nothing. I wanted to draw. But I was like, this is kind of wiping me out a little bit. Okay. All right. So everybody just be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, just have a great day, evening, morning, night, or afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.